if you're really smart, looking good for the press. If you're really smart, if you are depressed, if you're really smart, you should do what Zoey. You should do what Zoey. If you're really smart, if you're really smart, looking good for the press. If you're really smart, then do what Zoey says. Do what Zoey says. You ain't listening to Zoey Says. If you're really smart, then you should do what Zoey says. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. We back with season 2 of Zoey Says. I want everyone to know it's been such a hard, trying time getting here. The journeys I had to take to get to somewhere where I was ready to do season 2. It wasn't easy. It'll never be easy. And I told myself the only reason I do it is if I could have no pants the whole season. So we're not doing no pants anymore. So I'm going to keep my legs crossed. And I'm not going to get crossed. Because I know God, my mom, and America is watching. So let's talk politics. So many political things have happened. The wars continue to happen all around the world. And we're going to make some donations just to start off this new season big. We're donating a couple words and prayers. I think recently in the news, there was a shooting and there was I shouldn't talk about it because I don't know anything about it. But I think first episode, if we don't talk about shootings, then no one's going to be talking about the shootings. There was a school shooting and people were saying thoughts and prayers. And I think the governor or somebody of Florida was like, you guys need to stop praying and needed to do something about it. So I am going to, right now I'm busy, I'm doing a podcast. After this podcast, I'm looking up where I can donate because tomorrow I was going to go down and buy a pair of $200 shoes downtown. Now I'm going to have to think about it because I'm not that sure if I'm willing to spend $210 this week. Not that I was only going to spend $10 on the donations towards the children. I'm going to spend a lot more than that. Like, it could be $11. The reason I'm doing this podcast is because everyone was telling me to do it big. So, as you can see, we had the theme song changed for season 2 of Zoey Says. And everything's going to be a lot bigger. See? And that's like a special effect I'm going to do. Sometimes I'm going to do special effects. New sets. So this is a new place I'm living. I'm left that old place. You guys, that place had bed bugs. And people in that place were not kind. There was times where I'd get someone would pound on my door in the middle of the night and they would scream. Other than that, great neighborhood, amazing people. Sometimes I'd wake up and at like 6 o'clock and I'd go outside and all the children were there getting ready for school. And I would just want to steal them. I just want to take those kids. I just want to steal those kids. I just want to take those kids. I want to lock them somewhere. I want to take those kids, lock them somewhere. Eat them. No. Eat kids like cereal with milk. But let's stop talking about milk and let's talk about something else that's been going on. Summer's almost over. That means that after summer comes fall. Recently, I was learning about the fact that there's 8 days in a week, not just 7. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's also someday. Someday I'm going to go to the park and plant that tree that my grandma gave me the seed for in order to sprout dreams for the future generations and give oxygen to those who will need it in the future. That someday I'll do that. No, how about today? So I'm going to say there's 9 days in a week. Today is one of those days. And today, So the reason I bring that up is because I think there's also 6 seasons. I think there's summer, spring, winter, and fall. But there's also birthday season. And my birthday is coming up, and it's in November. So it's exciting that my birthday in particular is always such an extravaganza that the memories are that of a whole season. You know, a whole season of clothes, a whole season of friendships. I have been I feel like I lost a friend. I lost a friend recently. Uh, it was my friend Mallory's birthday. Shout out to Mallory. And I really made a fool of myself. Completely and utterly made a huge ass fool of myself. And it's one thing to make a fool of yourself. It's another thing to make a fool of yourself and also be smelly while that's happening. Because I smelled like piss. Because I had pissed all over myself. I had pissed all over myself in the club. And I went home and I diarrheaed from shame and ignorance because of how much of a fool I made of myself. So basically, it was my friend Mallory's birthday. We go out to the club. We go to Scarlet. It's fun. Carol G's playing. They also played that one song by Katy Perry. And that was nice. But one thing that I should have checked besides my bag and my coat was my pride. There's this guy that she has these friends come into town. One was named Ella T. Doll, JP. A lot of letters going on with these names. So JP was really nice. For some reason, when I get enough drinks in me, I need to touch someone. And it's really good that they only let 18 plus into the club, 21 plus. I go to JP and I'm like dancing. For some reason, I'm like, oh, we're boyfriends and girlfriends. I lean in to kiss him. And he's like, please don't do that. And I got really very embarrassed. I was drunk, so I barely remember. I exited the club. I went home. I threw up in the bathroom. I threw up on the rug. And I fell asleep. And in the morning, what I smelled was something I never smelled before. Sometimes my mom, when we were kids, she would make beans for herself. Whenever my mom made beans, she was like, she'd make a really big deal out of it because it's like, for lunch, sometimes I would pack a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I would pack like chips, like Lay's chips and like fruit snacks. And she would be like, just the reason you're able to take that to school is because I'm sacrificing my lunch and I'm only bringing beans. Like, it was like always a guilt trip. And it also smelled. Her beans smelled. And then in the car, it would smell too because beans were not very good for her and her stomach. And she would lock the windows. And she would like, what's the word? I'm so scared right now. What's the word when you, she would hotbox the car with just the smell of shit. Like, it really, that leather seat she was sitting on was like 50% leather, 50% shit. Because she would just let out all of her gas. And sometimes I could have sworn it was also poop because it smelled so bad. I don't know where any of it's going, but let's just talk about our grievances. I have a really good quote today, and let's also talk about my positives. So my positives is, of course, Zoey Says Season 2 is back, and that's just so exciting. Another one is the new apartment. This is a new apartment, and it's positive because change is always going to be positive. A banana shake is something I had for dinner today. I went and I had a banana shake. Not one that I was trying to have the night of Mallory's birthday. It was just a regular banana shake from Shake Shack. And it was so nice. It was so nice, but I am my mother's daughter. So my grievances is me kissing that boy. I also didn't, but it's just like, why did I think he was like maybe like 3? He was like an inch or 2 smaller than me, and he had a very. We just weren't. I don't know what was going on with any either. I don't know, and I never want to talk about it again. I also feel like another thing, a grievance, is my habits are what they are. So I have this book about habits, and it's like, every day do this to build habits. And I just haven't read the habits book. And I feel like I need to, because anytime I try to make a habit, it never works. So I'm going to start making habits. I'm going to start changing my thinking. And tomorrow I'm running a 5K. I'm training to run a 5K tomorrow. And I'm going to do it. A 5K costs $60. Which is a lot of money, and I'm already buying $200 shoes for that 5K, and I'm spending $10 for the survivors. So please donate money. Please do it. I want to say I'm sorry to Sophia. You invited me to go to the pier, and I didn't go because I worked that day. And you invited me to something else, and I didn't go because I worked that day. And we should be better friends, and we should see each other. But sisters are connected by blood and radiation. So I'm sorry, but it's also okay. Jordan, I'm sorry. You called me the other night. I didn't pick up because I was working. You guys don't understand that I do work, and that I work hard, and I need everybody to stop calling me so much. It's very, very annoying. Very annoying. Everyone else in the world, I'm so sorry, because I hear you calling as well. Zoey, help us. Zoey, we need you. I am working. I'm watching Dance Moms right now. I'm on season 2. There's 8 seasons. Everyone needs to give me a second. My quote of the day is, carbs are a state of mind. So let's just color. We are all different colors after all, so shouldn't we? I know that was funny. Okay. Thank you for watching Zoey Says, Season 2, Episode 1.
You're listening to Zoey Says.